And so I've come to the conclusion that I will never invest in commodities companies in my life. I never say never, so I'm not ruling it out completely. You never know what you might come across, but I think that, and I don't mind the fact that there are mining companies out there, and there are mining companies that deliver extraordinary value to humanity. So I don't want to denigrate any mining company, but it has, mining by its nature it can draw in all sorts of bad behavior and activity. So it starts with this company that I used to have an investment in, Potash of Saskatchewan, basically runs an international rigged market. So they manipulate the price of potash, and they have good reasons for wanting to do so. But if all the potash producers were in the United States, what they do would probably not be allowed. And the only reason why they could, or in any single country, and if all the potash producers were in the EU. So mining companies have the opportunity in certain commodities to kind of like to create a cartel, a pricing cartel. And they also have the capacity through those pricing cartels to manipulate the price to their benefit. So, you know, there's a very clear concept in the mining world of a junior miner versus a senior miner. The junior miners are the ones that go bankrupt when the senior miners decide to crash the price. And because the senior miners have better access to capital, then usually it's the junior miner that will go under. And there are examples of people who've broken through that. So one famous case, which is another one that I was invested in, is Fortescue Metals. So there are some junior miners that become senior miners, but very few. And in a certain way, my perception of companies like Anglo American and in Switzerland, Glencore, is that they're a kind of a mafia, but you know, a mafia that you want to be super wary of. Then there's the whole factor that any extraction of some kind of commodity or raw material, you know, these commodities and raw materials often show up in places that the rest of us don't really want to go to. And in order to get the right to mine them, you have to engage in some pretty, you know, sketchy dealings with people from foreign governments. And again, the people at these mining companies, they just say that's the cost of doing business. We have to do this. And so again, you know, in the words of the Godfather, I don't want to begrudge. I don't want to judge how somebody makes his money. You know, I'm not here to be a big judge, but I think that if I have the opportunity to make a success of my life without being involved in the mining industry, I think that I would do it. My most recent mining investment was in a company called Jordan Phosphates, which was based in Jordan, right next to Israel. And you know, the investment, it was a bit like the Crosstex investment. It worked out, well, it worked out for me not to lose money, or for me not to lose much money, but I didn't make any money. And I just realized that I don't have to do this, you know. Again, people who make tobacco are making a legal product. They're engaging in a perfectly legal activity, at least they are now. But that doesn't mean I have to be in the tobacco industry. So